So today I'm going to be trying to air layer this big curry plant over here. Air layering is basically the process where you grow a tree on a tree. So I'm going to be putting soil over here, wrapping it in plastic, and hopefully roots will start growing from this bark area that I cut off. So I'll be cutting in between these two nodes. See, there's like a leaf stem mark over here and also over here. I'll make a cut up here and then up here, and I'll take the bark off. I also sterilized this knife, make sure I didn't infect the plant with anything. Cutting down here now. Now as you can see here, I've made two cuts, one up there and one down here. Now I'm gonna make a cut in the middle and remove the outer bark. You don't want to cut too much inside, you're just trying to remove the bark here. You can see I made the cut through the middle here, connecting these two cuts. Now I have to try and remove the bark. You can see here I'm slowly removing the bark, just like this, all the way around. Just peel off the bark just like this. I got the bark straight off, just the bark, like this. You want to make sure that the cut isn't too small, or else this bark will re-heal. The whole purpose of taking out this bark, and now we will scrape this layer a little bit, is to make sure that the nutrients don't flow from here to up here. Because if it does, this bark, new bark, will just reform and it defeats the whole purpose. You want roots to form from up here, this top cut area. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is to this cut over here, I'm going to add some rooting gel. I've had this, so I decided to use it. Rooting gel isn't completely necessary, but like if you have it, it's definitely a good idea to add it. I have this Clonix rooting gel. I'm just going to apply it to this cut right here. I put it in this small plate. I'm just going to take in the toothbrush and apply it to the cut, especially the topmost layer, all around. This is where the roots will come from. So what basically happens is the energy, or let's just call it the nutrients, will come down. See, the pathway is blocked, and it'll start growing roots from this top bark area. Okay, so I've applied some, but one crucial step I almost forgot, is you want to scrape the layer a bit, just like this, so that any cells, vessels there will be cut off. We're basically cutting off the supply of nutrients. Just scrape at it like this. Okay, so now I scraped some layer. I'll add the rooting hormone now. Okay, now that this part's done, let's get the soil ready. So for soil, you want something that's not going to hold too much water. This will be anyways in like a plastic bag. Water can't go anywhere. I've seen people recommend sphagnum moss because that's good. I'll just be using peat moss. You could just use potting soil mix if you want. I'm mixing peat moss with some perlite because I have it. So that's about it. Measurement doesn't really matter as long as you have something to hold in a bag. Like I said, this is just to retain water and let the roots grow into. Doesn't really make much of a difference. But just don't use compost or anything very nutrient rich. This is a bit dry. We need it to be moist, not wet. If it's too wet, it'll rot really quickly. I added some water. Just mix that in. This is moist. So what I'm going to do is, you can use basically any bag you want. I'll be putting it in a bag, a Ziploc bag, like this, cutting it open and then attaching it onto the tree. Water shouldn't be dripping out if I squeeze it like this. good. So now here's my bag. I didn't fill this to the rim. I mean, anyways, my cut area is small. This should be enough for the roots to grow into. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this Ziploc bag like this, bring it around like this, and wrap the open cut into this, and then circle it and close it with either tape or saran wrap. Preferably saran wrap because that's see-through. I want to see if the roots are developing. So here's the cut. I'll be circling it in that. Just like this. I'm setting like this. Even if water goes, because this takes 2 to 3 months. Okay, so after a lot of fiddling around and taping and plastering, we came up with this. This is probably a bit much, but I did anything I could to make sure water didn't get in and water didn't escape. It's a good thing it's plastic. Maybe I can see from, hopefully I can see if some roots are forming too. I think this is about it. So I'm out here the next morning. There's one crucial step that I almost forgot. It's summer right now. It's really sunny. You need to make sure to protect this area from direct sunlight or else it'll get really hot and warm. I'm just using some aluminum foil, tin foil, and covering it like this. You don't need to make it too tight. If you make it too tight, then it'll trap heat inside. Just make it tight enough so that it doesn't fly away. There should be pockets at the top area for air to go inside and out, top and bottom. Just tight enough to make sure no sun directly hits this, but air should be able to come in and out. That's it.